She just snorted in it, so that's good.
What's up, y'all? All right, I'll let you go. Yeah, sorry, Lionel. Good morning. I just realized I'm wearing my dad's shirt, and he's gonna find out now. Dad, if you've been looking for this shirt, it's me. I took it out of your closet. I've had it for probably over a year now. You didn't know about it, but I've just outed myself. Pretty sick shirt, though. I am going to show it. Super Bowl, Saints, graphic tee. I'll give it back, though. Okay, I'm Abby Alonso, Joe Mitchell, ready for some Valley Vision, more football, more Maason Smith talk, some Jayden Daniels NIL deal talk, all kinds of stuff. We're hitting all the sports today, but we're going to get right into it with Maason Smith. We talked about him yesterday. Still a hot topic because Joe brought to my attention a few more details that made me more angry than I was yesterday. So a bunch of, this is not like a one-time thing. This happened quite often before NIL, not just with LSU players, but across college football, right? They do the autograph signings, get paid. There were a lot of them that got popped for it, and a lot of them served suspensions in 2022. Like I said yesterday, he didn't serve that suspension because of his injury. Apparently, they had the option to choose which game they would miss. But because he didn't serve it last year, that option has been taken away, and the NCAA said, no, you're going to miss the FSU game. So because of something that was out of his control, his injury, that kept him from serving his suspension, he now loses the power to choose which game he misses, which I think is complete and utter bullshit, if you ask me. Joe, would you like to weigh in?
Damn, you were telling me to tell you how I felt yesterday.
I got a little heated just now because it's actually it's ridiculous. It is. Why take that away?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous, like you said. I'm not mad that he's serving a suspension. Like, there was a rule broken. I think, yeah, there probably does need to be some consequence in some fashion. But the fact that it's being treated differently with him than literally every other player because he tore his ACL, that's the part that really pisses me off.
I think that's what makes me angry too. I understand exactly what we said yesterday. Like, yes, there's a rule break. There has to be some sort of consequence. We did talk about maybe a fine would be the better option. But if a lot of guys serve their suspension, then okay, let's follow suit, keep uniform, something that we talked about yesterday. The consequences need to be the same for everyone. But to take away the power for him to choose which game he misses, I don't agree with.
And also, let's talk about what the crime was in the first place. He received dollars for signing his name. It's not like a university was paying him or like his family had oil money, aka Johnny Manziel. You see what I'm saying? Like, yes. It's a different thing altogether. He signed an autograph, for God's sakes, man.
We're gonna let it go before I continue to get heated because I should not yell into the mic anymore. But on the brighter side, there were 11 guys on the Preseason Coaches All-SEC team. LSU Football posted it. First team, second team, and third team. Actually, 10 of the 11 first team members are from either LSU, Georgia, or Bama. And the 11th, Dwight McGlethern?
Yeah.
McGlethern, I said it right. Transferred to Arkansas from LSU, which, I mean, those are your big three. They're going to have a lot of attention this year. So it's kind of cool to see the whole first team be made up of those players. The LSU guys on the team, Jayden Daniels, Malik Nabers, Will Campbell, Mekhi Wingo, Maason Smith, and Harold Perkins. Those are the names you would expect to be on the first team. On the second team, Mason Taylor, Emery Jones, and Nathan Dibert.
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
Okay. We'll get it together. And on the third team, Greg Brooks and Slade Roy. Speaking of Greg Brooks, I don't know if y'all see these really cool oversized sports cards behind me. We have one of Greg right here, and we have one of JV Toviano on my right. And these awesome graphics were made by our graphics guy, Mikey. Shout out Mikey. He does some great work, clearly. And they're actually gifts for these guys because they came on the Up and In show and gave us awesome interviews. If you want to check those out, they're on the Up and In show YouTube channel. We've got more coming out. KP, Kateri Poole, came out this past week. That was a great one. She'll get one of these oversized sports cards. And Kayshon Johnson will come out next week. So if you're looking for a spot to see the other side of LSU athletes, to get to know who they are and their story and what makes them tick, that's the show to watch. But we've got some really cool art behind me, and now not only do those guys get them, but I get a really cool set. So shout out Mikey. They are for sale in the shop, so if that's something you want on your wall in your room, swing by. We'll sell them to you. Jayden Daniels, NIL deals. Powerade, huge. That is his first national NIL deal. They signed 5 college football guys: Florida State's Jared Verse, Georgia cornerback Malaki Starks, USC wide receiver Mario Williams, and Iowa running back Kaleb Johnson, as well as Jayden Daniels. And each team, not just the guy, but each team was gifted beats, but through their players. So Jayden, and I'll put the Instagram picture up, Jayden gifted the team beats, and the message that he put on the gift box, I'm going to read it. It'll be on the screen too, but the message that he put on the gift box I really liked. He said, "They all doubt us. It's us against the world. Let's lock in and finish what we started. 1-0 mentality, Jayden." I think that speaks to this team. I think there's a lot of hype around the team, but there's also still a lot of doubt around the team. And I think the culture over there, I think that message portrays the culture over there, and they're ready to go to war, and I'm excited to see him go to war, as are many people. So yeah, he has a Powerade deal. He's got a deal with Beats too. Cool NIL stuff as we open the episode with an NIL scandal deal. Jayden Daniels is using it for good. Switching over to a little bit of LSU men's basketball news, Matt McMahon announced that they will have a new men's basketball coordinator, Tam Davis. And for those of you who don't know what a basketball coordinator does, this is what LSU's job description has. Davis will oversee the daily operations of the department and coaching staff, including travel arrangements, Coach McMahon's schedule, and assist in recruiting efforts, along with other duties, while being the liaison for LSU basketball fans with the LSU Tip-Off Club, blah, blah, blah. They do a lot of work. So they don't get too much publicity in the sense of you know exactly what they do every day, but they do a lot. I don't think you realize how much they do behind the scenes work for the organization or their team. So props to her. She was with LSU Football for 15 years, I think, and then she took a hiatus, went and worked for the Belenji Group, which is an agency for athletes and stuff, and then came back to Baton Rouge, probably because she wants to be a part of what's going on, just like all of us do. Something special cooking up here. She's back. Nice to see her back. Jay Johnson said that right-handed pitcher Bryce Collins will not return for the 2024 season. He did have one more year of eligibility, but he has decided to go out and see what else is out there, look for other options. I don't think in baseball, I think more of like life options. But just a little nugget of information, Jay Johnson recruited him for 4 years and then coached him for 5, and could have been 6 if he decided to use that last year of eligibility. That's a long time to spend with someone as a coach, as a player. Essentially 9 years they've known each other. So he did say Bryce Collins, he's going to be great in whatever he does do, but he will no longer be on the LSU pitching staff. Tiger T, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about, LSU baseball. We're going to start off with a little bit of LSU baseball, Tiger T. Paul Maneri is now the special advisor to BRCC's head coach. Now, I was confused too, because my first question was, wait, what? Did I read that right? Why are you going to BRCC after coaching at LSU? Like, you were at the peak of college baseball, and now community college? No hate on BRCC, but I was confused. I think most people were, because he put his name in for the head coaching job at Miami and then had a change of heart and withdrew his name, and now he's taking a job with BRCC. But here's what I think the job is going to be. It's more of a position to provide mentorship and guidance to the coaching staff as well as the players. And I think that fits a little bit better with where he is and at what point he's at in his life. He's coached LSU. He had a great career here, won a national championship. Did it make sense for him to go coach again, be a head coach of another college baseball team like Miami? Sure, if that's what he wanted to do. But I think that change of heart came from maybe he's at a different point in his life where he wants to take on more of a role to mentor. And I mean, BRCC is right here in his backyard. It's part of the Baton Rouge baseball community that he has had such a pivotal role in. So it kind of makes sense, and I'm kind of here for it. It did confuse me. But Paul Mainieri giving back to the community, trying to build up the baseball world here in Baton Rouge. Love to see it. He did his work at LSU, and now he's moving over to BRCC. So that'll be something to pay attention to see how that affects their baseball team this season. Jayden Hill, another former LSU baseball player, is actually, I saw this on Facebook as I was scrolling through Facebook last night, which I never do, but for some reason I decided to get on Facebook last night. And Jayden posted that he is hosting his first annual For the City charity event in his hometown of Ashdown. It'll be a street festival with games, food, vendors, and a celebrity basketball game, which I thought was really cool. His brother will play in it. He's got some cool names in there. And all proceeds will be donated to programs and resources that support the kids of Ashdown, his hometown. Jayden and I are good friends. That is somebody I watched grow up through college. I grew up with in college. He was some of my first interviews when I was really getting into this thing. He's helped me out any way that I've needed. And to see him not only continue his professional baseball career, but to give back to the community in such what's the word? Such a way that is so, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
He's like there. I cannot think of this word. Damn, I was going on a roll and then I just lost the word.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's doing it in a way that he's there. He's a part of it. It's interactive. Gosh, that was the word I was looking for. It's nice to see somebody that I grew up with continue to become a role model on and off the field. And I know we keep talking about LSU players that are doing that, but I really think that is a big part of the culture here in Baton Rouge, giving back to the community. You see former coaches do it in Paul Mainieri. Now you're seeing your former players do it, even the players here, as I roll into Flau'Jae Johnson, who just had an intersection in Savannah, Georgia, named after her on Thursday. And the mayor of the city, I think, said that he didn't just name it that because of her career in basketball or because of her career in music, but he named it that after her because of her community service effort. So again, you're seeing another LSU athlete give back to the community. She donated $10,000 to the Frank Callan Boys and Girls Club and also gifted $100,000 worth of basketball shoes, uniforms, and backpacks. I mean, I think it says something about what's taught here in the organization and in the athletic department, that your role as an athlete here at LSU is so much bigger than the numbers you put up. It is how you influence the people that watch the game, how you take care of those around you. And I'm proud to see that on all levels of present players, former coaches, former players, everybody's doing their part to make sure that the LSU legacy lives on past athletics. Okay. That's about all I've got for y'all today. I'm sorry I could not figure out that word. It's early. We want to get this out to y'all earlier than usual. We will have bets and breaks coming at y'all, not live today, but coming at y'all a little bit later today. So make sure to stick around for that. You can check that out on our Bets and Breaks YouTube channel. We appreciate y'all for watching. We will see y'all Monday.